Hello again, Florida Flats,
Nature girl.
and we're here to talk to you about our cook system today. So we're just going to dig in to the food bag here and cook something so you can see how we do our cooking.
We use the freezer bag style of cooking.
We know that that's not the most environmentally friendly, but it is what it is. It's the style of cooking that we use.
We have two different ways in which we insulate our food. So this is what my mom actually made for me.
And this is what I used, this pot cozy. I used that forever, like years I've used pot cozy. I decided to try the Hyperlight Mountain Gear repack, which the first time I used it, it tipped over and I got food everywhere. The second time I used it, I was a nervous wreck that I was going to get food everywhere. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen the next time I use it.
It'll certainly be interesting. She made this out of what are those, sun shields?
Yeah, the sun shield.
For your car. And then inside of it, we have the same setup, don't we?
We do. Mine I have, because I don't have it in the cozy like she does, I have to use a rubber band to keep the lid on. I mean, I guess I don't have to, but it kind of makes it nice. But we have almost the exact same setup on the inside. So we both have the Tokes. I think it's the 750 milliliter. Yeah, it says 750 milliliter pot.
Yeah.
We both, I don't have my ShamWow kitchen towel, which I cannot seem to locate right now. And this is a good reminder that maybe this is mine.
Maybe. No, that's mine. I don't have one. That's mine. I have another one.
I need to make note that I need to find this because I don't know where it is right now. And what I usually do is I put this in the cloth, and that kind of helps insulate it and from rattling and rusting in the pot. And you definitely want to put some. I used to use just a cut up bandana. For the fuel canisters, we have the exact same size. It's just two different brands. It doesn't matter. It's just what we have on hand at the time. And then we both use the BRS 3000 like everybody else stove. She has hers though in my, I have a Snow Peak Giga stove that I used forever before I started using the 3000, and she kept my bag and the stove, by the way, and puts her lighter and stove in here. Same thing, just, and here's my lighter. And that is our cook system. So we basically, and we're going to
measuring cups.
Oh, that's right. We do have another cup that we use, and that is, we use it as a measuring cup. Even though there are graduations on the side of our pots, we use that, but we also use that for hot chocolate, hot cider, and I don't know, anything you want to...
We used to use it as a lid until we got lids.
Oh, that's right. The pot we had before didn't have a lid, so we had to use that as well. All right, so we're going to get set up and do some freezer bag cooking so that you can see what it looks like.
So before I set up the stove or anything, I just wanted to show the differences of what it looks like between the two.
See, it's already getting toppled over.
For mine, what I do is I put it in here, and then I put it around and fold it down, and then close it up and put the lid on when all the water is in, and zip it up. For hers, you slip it into this pouch. And this is hard.
It's not that hard.
And then you put the water in it, you close it up the same way, and do you clip it here?
And then you clip it right here. But again, see, right now it's sitting flat. But again, I have lost food. It came out and it got everywhere, so I don't want that to happen.
So for this, I'm making sure the stove is all the way off. I don't have much experience with the different types of stoves, but for this one, if it's not all the way off, it'll like shoot gas up, and it's really frightening. It's not, I mean, it's fine, obviously, but it's scary for someone that doesn't use.
And it's wasting gas, so we want to make sure.
So I'm just screwing it on now, making sure it's on all the way. And then I'm going to, I already pre-measured out the water. So this my mom has very nicely put 1 cup of water on here.
This is just a little meal that she and I make, and it's not a full meal. It's what we would call a snack or something if we needed more food, or sometimes we eat it for breakfast. And it's just instant rice, some dehydrated mushrooms that I did myself, some freeze-dried spinach that I get online, and then a chicken broth concentrate packet right here that you just pour in and you add water to. Oh, and there's also some shallots and some seasonings.
So I have it on I'm just increasing the temperature a little bit just to get it to warm up. These aren't very powerful stoves.
And we really should have a wind block because I could see the winds.
Yeah, it's flicking the flame everywhere. So while that's heating up, what I'm going to do is prepare for the insulation part. So just because I'm a bit of a messy person, you don't have to do this.
Oh.
I flip this down here, so it makes it easier to pour stuff in. And because there's a little bit of prep with this, I like freezer bag cooking because there's not a lot of prep. It's really bad for the environment. If there was a more sustainable way that didn't have a substantial increase in weight.
Or increase in work, the
Yeah.
amount of work we had to do when we get to camp.
I would absolutely switch to it. And once this is all prepared, all I have to do is just wait for the water to finish boiling.
And it doesn't even really have to come to a full boil because that's going to be plenty hot for what we need. Instant rice just, hydrates real quickly. And a rule of thumb for those of you who have never tried freezer bag cooking, you really want to do at least a half a cup of water less than what it calls for. So if you're getting like a North Side or any other thing from the store, and it says you need 2 cups of water, ramen, whatever, I always put at least a half cup to 3/4 of a cup less, because it's not sitting on the stove going to be boiling and cooking while it's hydrating. We're literally pouring it in the bag, sealing it up, and then putting the lid on and letting it sit for about 10 minutes or so, depending on what the meal is. This only needs about 10 minutes.
So the water is not at a boiling point because I don't need it to be boiling, but it's at a good point that I can.
There's some bubbles on the bottom.
There's bubbles on the bottom. I can hear it stirring. I'm just gonna turn it off.
Now this is the dangerous part for our friends and family. You do not want to put boiling hot water on you. And so see how the picnic table has openings? My legs are under there, and so are hers, so we're going to move them so that we don't, if she drops it somehow.
If this was potatoes, I'd pour in a little bit of water first and then stir it around, and then a little bit more and stir it around. But I don't really need to do that with this type of meal. Just to make sure that the water's hitting all of the flakes.
And yeah, you want to seal your bag. We leave the spoon in and kind of do it, but if it was really cold, we would, take the spoon or fold it down.
And now we wait 10 minutes. It's not all the way done, but it's done enough for me.
Huh.
So what we did was we put it inside the pot and put it in here to make it a little bit more stable. And then we flipped this down to make it easier to get at so it's less messy. And that is
freezer bag cooking at its finest. And that is it. So to clean it up, you just seal it up and put it in your trash bag. Anything else you want to share, Nature Girl?
I don't have anything. Cleanup's really easy. You don't have to wash anything this way. It's great.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.